I got my first camera when I was 12 years old. I didn't do much with it, but I was kind of interested in photography. Those were Depression days, which money was tight, and here I subscribed to a photography magazine, and I saw an ad, and they showed a photograph by William Mortensen, Lady of Long Duck, and I was so surprised that picture taking could make such a wonderful work of art. Photography as we know it, just taken for granted today, but it has two very unique properties. One, of course, is the camera that has the ability to capture an image in a moment of time. It can never be repeated, even a thousandth of a second, faster, slower. Then also, something that's kind of overlooked that a lot of people don't realize, the sensitivity of silver that makes the photograph is a phenomenon. One of four phenomena is unexplained by science. At that time, remember, there were no books on photography. Photography was not being taught in any of the university art departments. There were no auctions. There were no galleries at all. The museums were not accepting photographies to show or recognize it as a fine art. And I felt it was so important that changes had to be made. Two other photographers and myself rented a vacated drugstore space on Colfax, and we had an exhibition by Ansel Adams and Edward Weston. The prints were $25 each, and we didn't sell one. Not one. Now, one of those prints, Nautilus shell by Edward Weston, sold at auction a year ago, April, for $1,200,000. We have seen another photograph sell, Steichen's Moonlight over a pond, $3 million. A lot of people here today might remember the House of Photography in Cherry Creek, the pink building, lighted at night that you could see all over the Cherry Creek area. That was my gallery. I also was the prime organizer for the Colorado Photographic Arts Center, and we showed photography as a fine art. And we were the first in the country, the first gallery in the United States, and maybe the world, as far as I know, to show photography as a fine art. I've shown over 325 exhibitions of the greatest photographers in photography. Well, the reception that we have received, people like photography, and I think it's very important. I wrote a statement that was in the corporation papers. Photography is the most dynamic medium of art expression of the 20th century. Well, now we're in the 21st century. They laughed at me then, but now some people listen to that. We've given so many first shows to a lot of photographers. Now they're all over the country. We had a intern program with the universities and schools around and the Art Institute where they would work here on a schedule for credit. They had more fun and learned more here than they did in class. And we had many of those, and now they're all over the world, everywhere. Pay your dues, work hard, study the history of photography, attend exhibitions. A successful visual image, regardless whether it's a painting or a photograph, it takes two people to make it successful. The maker of the artwork and the viewer. The picture has to say, hey, look at me. And then you look at it and you have to respond to it. Whether it's a painting or a photograph, there's no difference. To wake up every morning and come to work in my gallery and be associated with such tremendous work, and also meet so many wonderful people that come in and enjoy looking at these photographs, that brings me great joy.